Hello, welcome to ShropshireStar.com for this latest Shrewsbury Town update. My name is Jonny Drury and I'm delighted to be joined by Salop correspondent Ollie Westbury as we bring you a little bit of an update on what is going on or is not going on down at the Montgomery Waters Meadow. Now, we've had a few little bits of news in the last few days, Ollie. New kit sponsors, new young players signed after a trial, but the question on everyone's lips is what's going on with the manager. Now, we've reported that there's been sort of question marks over Steve Cotterill's future ever since the end of the season, and it's been sort of definitely silent on that part. There's little bits of rumblings on social media, online, but what is going on, Ollie? What is the situation? That's the $1 million question among the fan base at the moment.
Well, I think everybody's in the same boat, that they cannot believe that it's still rumbling on, that we're so far past. I think, what was that game on the 7th of May? It's now the 31st of May. Cannot believe that, after Steve Cotterill's emotional press conference where he said he was uncertain about his future, me and you went to cover West Brom at Swansea the next day, and I was firmly expecting something to happen in the next couple of days, whether the club had come out and say, about Steve's future, or they'd come out and something would happen of some description, based on the fact that they'd created a new football board without telling him, based on the fact that they had made an approach to a director of football without telling him, and based on the fact that, Steve Cotterill was incredibly emotional in front of the press, in front of the cameras, for everybody to see, saying he was uncertain about his future. We all felt as though some update would have been provided. And it's just kind of gone on and on and on and on. And, we almost find ourselves in June, the playoffs are over, and we're still no further on. We don't know. Yeah, we don't know. We still don't know. And I suppose you can put out updates in front of kit sponsors and young player signings, but, there's one story in town, and that's what's happening with the manager who delivered the second highest finish in 33 years, and everybody wants to know whether he's going to be in charge next season. The silence is deafening, and we're still, I cannot believe that we are still in limbo.
What, in terms of this, it's leaning towards him leaving the football club. There's, there are all the things that we've sort of heard, but there's been no confirmation of it and word from the club. Surely it's got to come soon, Ollie. Are we expecting anything in the coming days? Have you heard any rumblings or?
I mean, every time I've thought that something's about to happen, nothing has happened. So I'm kind of resigned to the fact now where I'm just kind of waiting for kind of a heads up from the club that something is imminent. So yeah, we haven't, we're still no further on. We're not kind of bringing really a managerial update of such, more just the fact that we're bemused by the fact that it still lingers on at the moment, with kind of no clear lines of communication coming out from the top of the club as to explain what is going on. I suppose it's within their rights if they want to keep quiet, but that's what's going on at the moment, and it's causing a bit of unrest in social media, but that doesn't take much anyway. But still, there you go.
Yeah, how long's a piece of string? We'll have to, or hopefully it'll be coming in the coming days. But just final question on that, Ollie. A few reports online this morning. Steve Cotterill's second favourite for the Swansea City job. It looks like Swansea boss Russell Martin's going to be leaving and going to newly relegated Southampton. Anything in that, Ollie, or is that just sort of paper talk and speculation?
I mean, I don't know for sure, but I think I've seen Steve second favourite or up there in the betting for a lot of vacant managerial jobs. But I don't know. I haven't got any clarification on that. I mean, it's not on any intel. It's just on the betting, isn't it? I don't tend to. I don't know. I suppose I don't tend to read too much into that one. He has been linked. I mean, he was linked with Reading at one stage earlier in the window. I saw he was second favourite there. So, I think we just have to watch this space, see how this situation evolves over the next few days. But yeah, it's.
There we go. No words needed. Just on another little bit of news, Shrewsbury announced yesterday a signing of Michael Parker, young teenage defender formerly of Huddersfield, apparently linked with a handful of clubs, including West Bromwich Albion. I think Rangers was another one as well. He'd been on trial with Salop late last season and was promoted to train with the first team squad. There's some nice quotes from David Longwell yesterday, Ollie, in the piece that Shrewsbury put out. And this young Parker seems to be someone they rate quite highly, a potential first team prospect for next season.
Yeah, I imagine he's just a prospect, though, to be honest. I can't imagine he's going to be a replacement for Matthew Pennington or Elliot Bennett or something like that. So I would say he's kind of more just a prospect at this stage, and actually, the main recruitment is yet to begin. And like I said at the start, no matter kind of signing young trialists or announcing shirt sponsors, there's one story in town at the moment, and that's the future of the manager, Steve Cotterill. And I think everything else is just outside noise. So, yeah.